As we move towards Easter, it's really good for us to pause for a moment and to reflect upon how Jesus felt as he moved towards his crucifixion. Because often I think of Jesus and I think, oh, Jesus was happy to die on the cross. But as we see in Luke chapter 22, Jesus was full of anguish and emotions. He knew the horrors that he was about to endure. Luke chapter 22, 39 to 44 says, Jesus went out as usual to the Mount of Olives, and his disciples followed him. On reaching the place, he said to them, "Pray that you will not fall into temptation." He withdrew about a stone's throw beyond them, knelt down and prayed, "Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done." An angel from heaven appeared to him and strengthened him. And being in anguish, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat was like drops of blood falling to the ground. Easter, we sing wonderful hymns. Thine be the glory. Risen, conquering Son. We are there. We are ecstatic. We are so grateful to Jesus for all that he has done. But I don't always think we realise the cost that it was to him. He knew that he'd come to this earth to die. And we see him in the Garden of Gethsemane, having this real and raw conversation with God. Say, God, if it's possible, please don't let me have to go through this. But if I need to go through this, I'm doing it. I am surrendering myself to your will. Jesus could have taken the easy option. He could have walked away. But he didn't. He knew. He knew the sacrifice. He knew the horrors. And he held his hand up and he said, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm doing this for the world, that they may be saved. Now, if we compare Jesus to another of the Easter characters, if we compare him to Peter, one of his followers, Peter was bold, Peter was outspoken, Peter said, Jesus, I love you, I'm going for it with you, I am never going to let you down. And Jesus said to Peter, actually, Peter, you are going to let me down. And Peter's like, no, I am never going to let you down. There is no way on this earth I am going to let you down. And very quickly we see that as Jesus is arrested on 3 different occasions, Peter denies knowing him. Peter's scared, Peter's worried. What does he do? He takes the easy option. He says, no, I don't know this man. I am not one of his followers. So we have these 2 men in the Easter story. We have Jesus, who is full of anguish, who's saying, God, if I don't have to go through this, may I not? But actually, you know what? I'm going to do your will. I'm going to do the hard thing. Then you have Peter that says, oh, I'm never going to let you down, full of confidence, and then actually stuffs up and at the first opportunity takes the easy option. And I look at them and I think, I am so like Peter. I so want to get it right. I so want to be a follower of Jesus that engages with people, that stands up for the truth that makes a difference in this world. And yet somehow it is so easy for me and for many of us to get into a place of comfortableness, to get into a place where, do you know what? I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm just going to live my life. And we end up, intentionally or unintentionally, taking the easy option. And we take the easy option in lots of different ways. And here's just a few that we maybe can reflect on and think, is that true of my life? I wonder, are there specific areas of sin in our lives that we've turned a blind eye to, or that have become just normal, part of everyday life? Maybe in the beginning we felt guilty. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't do that. Oh, that's not right. But we've just been doing them and saying them for so long that it's just become part of our normal everyday life and we don't even notice. Have we settled for living a life that isn't markedly different to those around us? Have we just taken the easy option? Have we stopped standing up for what is right and speaking out? Maybe at work, maybe in our friendship groups, maybe on a national level. When we see something that is said or done that is wrong, have we been prepared to stand up and say, hold on, that is not right? Or have we just kept our head down and just blended in with everyone else? Are we spending less intentional time with God? Are we filling our lives with lots of other things? Maybe we're working lots and we've got no choice at the moment with COVID and everything that's going on, but in our spare time, are we spending a lot of time on Netflix or the Xbox, or doing things that actually won't build us up spiritually and won't help us? Have we just got into a rut and into a routine where life's all right and we don't prioritise and we're not intentional about the time that we spend with God? Finally, have we stopped praying for our friends and family to become Christians? Have we just become preoccupied with ourselves? I'm just going to concentrate on me. I don't want to think about them. And maybe it's not even a conscious thing, but we've just slipped into it, that we're not praying for them anymore, that we're not looking for opportunities to talk to them, to invite them. You know, this list could go on, and for all of us, I think there are areas in our lives where we've taken the easy option, where we've just gone with the flow. And for me this Easter time, and I want to encourage you as well, I want to stop taking the easy option. I want to be used by Jesus to make a difference with my life in the place that he has planted me. I want to put him first. And I want us to be encouraged by Peter. Yes, Peter messed up. But the incredible thing was, on the day of Pentecost, when Peter was filled with the Holy Spirit, there were crowds of people gathered around the place that he was in. They were mocking, they were saying, what is going on here? These guys are drunk. And the Peter that denied Jesus 3 times stepped up and he stepped out and he declared the gospel. And many, many, many people became Christians. And I think, yes, in many ways I'm like Peter. I talk the talk, but I don't always walk the walk. But I want to invite the Holy Spirit to fill me, to use me, to embolden me, that actually I may be used to make a difference and to bring God's kingdom in. Will you join me in doing that this Easter time?